A bid is finally in for Antony Martial. Whereas Manchester United fans are happy about the news, they are divided on whether he lives as a flop or just an unlucky boy. But regardless, who cares? The thing is, it is time for Antony Martial to go. Good morning, good evening, good afternoon. My name is Webb. Welcome to the United Hotspot, and here I am to give you a quick update on the situation with the hottest player, the hottest property right now in football, not for being so good a player, but for being wanted out and also sparking a lot of conversations. Now, Twitter is abuzz with talks of Martial and stats of how many goals he has scored. Some saying since he joined in 2015, he has scored 90 goals. That's little. He has assisted 55 times. He has won 5 titles. So he's been good. He's been decent considering that he's been hit by injuries. Others saying that how do you score only 13 Premier League goals, because the Premier League, I think, is the true measure of performance. We saw what happened with Rasmus Højlund when he was there scoring goals in the Champions League day in and day out. People were still not convinced because he was yet to score a single Premier League goal. You've got to score in the Premier League for you to be considered successful if you're a Manchester United striker. Now, for Martial, a few goals he scored, I think, since 2020, I think 2021, he has scored just about that. In more than that, in almost in his entire start United, he has scored only a few Premier League goals, and people are not happy about that. But you can talk about Martial and of course everything he has done and all, but the reality is he came with a lot of promise. There was a lot of expectations. Now people are asking whether he's the biggest flop for Manchester United, and maybe that can be a debate for another time. For now, the real important conversation about Martial is that reports are coming through that Man United, for now, as we speak, are in talks and negotiations, serious talks with Fenerbahce, the Turkish giants who are topping the Turkish league right now, to try and take him to boost their squad that already has got Dusan Tadic and Edin Dzeko. You remember Dzeko? Yes, the Man City hot guy who was at Roma. He also plays for Fenerbahce in Turkey. So they do want to boost their attack by bringing in Antony Martial. Now, as they say, one man's meat is another man's poison. Martial obviously can go in Turkey and shine. Remember, people forget that Martial is 28. He's only 28. Yes, 28 is prime for a player, an outfield player and any player. So 28 is still young. So definitely there is still hope. So United are going on in talks, but Fenerbahce have tabled an initial 8 million euros bid. That's close to, just under 7 million pounds. It is reported that that's Fenerbahce is putting in, and of course people will go like, for someone who signed in 2015 for 50 million, 8 million euros is I think not good. It would be a bargain for Fenerbahce and all. But guys, look, the reality is, let's look at the situation. This guy has been with us for so many years. Imagine from 2015 to 2024. How many years are those? Is it about 9 years? Help me do the math. Now, that's a long time. He has been earning £250,000 per week. Now, the issue for Martial is not even about how much the price tag. The issue is the wages he's been getting. The wages he's earning at Manchester United are crazy. They are crazy. He's earning about £250,000 per week. And honestly, you can't say, like so many other players, he does deserve that money. Like so many other players, he doesn't deserve that money. So United do want to ease their wage bill and try to get in new players who deserve every penny they earn. So Martial, for me, going is without it. I don't care how much it goes for. I think he should go. And it's not the time for us to get sentimental about him. It is time for us to think about whichever money we get, who then do we bring in to replace him? United supporters, we are so much, and just like the club is, we cling on to players so much that at a time like this, when we've got to part ways, no one wants to give us money. Sir Alex Ferguson was the master of this. He would know when the right time comes to let go of a player, and he will let go of players for decent amounts of money. So for Martial, 8 million euros might sound little, but it's good riddance for Manchester United. The thing though is, people are saying, should we cash in on him now to the first bidder, or should we wait for the highest bidder? The reality is, there is no guarantee that there are so many clubs that are going to be coming out this January and showing interest in Martial. If we don't take the 8 million euros, it is likely that United might wait for his contract to run out at the end of the summer, and we lose him for free. And the issue is, again, are we solving anything then? Because first of all, he will have stayed and given us nothing until the end of the summer. And then we lose a chance to get some money, some little money that would come in handy if we are going to bring in the likes of Tino Valna we are looking at to get on loan, because I believe even for Timo Valna, we should pay some money for his loan move. So the Antony Martial situation is tricky, but even Saudi is not rushing to come out. Right now, we should have been hearing of bids coming through from Saudi Arabia wanting to sign him. But the reality is this boy has not been fresh, he has not been attractive. So probably in the terms of negotiations we have with Fenerbahce, we can say because he's 28, if he comes to you at Fenerbahce, we include a clause where we can also get some money. Recover some money as a third party. That when, if Fenerbahce, for example, he plays for one season and it looks amazing, and Saudi comes calling with 30 million, we can say of that 30, we want 10. I don't even know whether that's possible, but I mean, it goes back to how we negotiate. But the reality is, Martial has got to go, and in this January, if he goes, I think that would be the best deal done by Manchester United. Of course, just after bringing back Greenwood. Of course, if we brought back Greenwood, it would be the best deal United would do. But after that, that would be the best deal because United need to ease the wage bill, and players like Martial should be the first to go. We are talking about Martial now, focusing on him, but there are other players who are hiding behind the curtain who we should be, calling out. Scott McTominay. How comes no one is calling about Scott? How come no one is talking about Scott McTominay? Yes, for Martial, it's a given. It was always a question of when, not if. United have been in talks with him, and clearly, Sky Sports shocked me by coming out to say, United wanted to offer him a new contract, and they even deleted that story. And I'm thinking, how on earth is Sky Sports, doing this? Because even for me, when I saw that story from Sky, I didn't come here and try to talk about it because I knew it is impossible. I mean, if you follow football, if you follow United, you would know that there is absolutely no way. There is absolutely no way Manchester United, even in their craziest, even if John Mata, Richard Arnold, and Ed Woodward were still there and the Glazers in charge, there is no way anyone would make such a decision to trigger a contract extension or to give him a new contract. Martial, even for him, I don't think he would accept. I don't think he's been happy at United for the longest time. So Martial is leaving. It's good for him. He has always wanted to go. He has always not felt happy, perhaps not so appreciated. Maybe if he's on Twitter and social media, he will be feeling like there are sections of supporters out there who want him, who feel like, yes, he tried to give us his best. Injuries might have fettered him. They might have slowed him down. But the reality is, when it's time to go, you've got to go. So Martial to Fenerbahce, join Edin Dzeko and Dusan Tadic, and maybe from there, he could be on his way to Saudi, where the bigger money could be for him. But for now, enough of the Man United money. That's the early morning update for you on the whole Antony Martial situation. Jadon Sancho as well is almost gone. It's a question of when. I think he should be adding this coming week. He should be going and joining Borussia Dortmund. He should be available for them. They do want to make use of him in the second round of the season. And people, of course, are talking about how, the fact that Jadon Sancho, the fact that Borussia Dortmund wants to take him back, perhaps speaks volumes of maybe how people have been actually labeling him a bad attitude player and all, but perhaps he's not. Because how comes, if he has a bad attitude, the first club that would know that would be Borussia Dortmund. There is no way they would want to bring him back and bring that mess back onto him. But the boy, was excelling there, left, right, and center. So maybe this boy is being judged out there. But who knows? Anyway, what I know is that I will be catching you a bit later because we've got the FA Cup coming up. Wigan, I will talk about that and how Erik ten Hag is planning to change his team. The hotspot, the United hotspot. Subscribe and let me catch you later, fam.